Good morning, George Peabody School. Introducing my Komochi feeling of the week. Today, I wanted to talk to you about feeling cranky. How many of you have been feeling cranky? I know I've been feeling cranky at times, and I think it's a really normal time to be feeling this way. We're living on top of each other, we're all stuck at home, we're not going to school, and we miss each other and our normal routine. So it's a normal time to be feeling cranky. Cranky is that feeling we get when we haven't gotten enough sleep, when we can't do what we want, when we don't get enough food to eat at times, and sometimes we get this feeling for no reason at all. So, I wanted to talk to you about feeling cranky because I think it's something we can all relate to right now. Um, how do you know that this is the cranky feeling? Is it the eyes shut really, really tight? Look at the mouth open so big, so big. Um, when I get cranky, I don't really look like this. I look more, I think, like maybe like that. I think my cranky face looks maybe more like maybe mad or annoyed. What does your cranky face look like? You know who knows a little bit about cranky? Cat knows a thing or two about cranky, don't you? Mm-hmm. When everything's going well and going according to plan, Cat likes to plan, don't you? Me too. When things are going according to plan, Cat can be really kind and really pleasant and friendly. But when things don't go her way and when things go off schedule and when things don't go the way they're supposed to, that is when the cranky comes out for Cat. And sometimes that's when Cat forgets to use the Komochi key to communication that we all try to practice, which is to use a talking tone of voice. And that is when the fighting tone of voice comes out. Notice the big mouth. You can imagine what comes out of this big mouth, right? So when we have this big mouth, you can imagine a fighting voice and a fighting tone saying things like, I don't want to, or no, or leave me alone, or I don't feel like it. And so when we have a cranky voice and a cranky feeling, we have to work extra hard to make that smaller. Um, so Kat knows a thing or two about it and has some cranky stories to tell. And if you're watching this with a grown up or a sibling, you might want to pause this right here and take a moment to think about a time when you felt cranky and tell your cranky story. What happened? Do you even know why you were feeling cranky? Do you know what was going on for you? What happened? Did you apologize after? Did you ask for a redo? Take a minute and think about it. Because when we use a cranky tone, that fighting tone, we can end up hurting others. And we can end up using words that hurt instead of help. That's one of our other keys to communication, isn't it? We want to use words that help instead of hurt. But with cranky, it's always hard to do that. So today I want to talk to you about 3 things that you can do to make that cranky feeling smaller. The first is notice it and name it. Notice when you're feeling cranky. Easier said than done, right? It's really hard sometimes to notice it and notice what's happening for you, especially with cranky. Sometimes we don't even know why we're feeling cranky. But if you do notice it and you can name it, the next step is to tell a grown up, tell someone, I'm feeling kind of cranky. I don't even know why. Sometimes just telling someone about it can make that feeling smaller because it can bring someone you love closer to you instead of pushing them away. The second thing I want to tell you to try is to do something you love doing. Dribbling a basketball, dribbling a soccer ball, drawing, art, reading, listening to music, having a dance party. Sometimes doing something you love can help you snap right out of that cranky feeling, cranky mood. The third thing I want you to try is to see if you can make a cool down kit or a cool down corner in your own home. You know something all about that, don't you? We have cool down corners in all of our classrooms at George Peabody School. In the younger classrooms, they're called Komochi corners. But in the older classrooms, they might just be called a cool down corner. Most of our classrooms have a cool down kit. In those kits are things like fidgets. It might be a little soft toy. So maybe in your house, you can pull together some items. You might not have exactly what we have at school, but you might have a little soft stuffy. You might have some markers, maybe a journal, maybe what I found this like lavender spray. I love that smell and it makes me feel calm. You could even put up little signs. This one, take deep breaths. But you can put up any sign that makes you think of something that you want to do or the way you want to feel or a quote. And I have some feelings here: mad, disappointed. But you could make feelings. Most people don't have komochi, so you could just make circle feelings out of paper. And you could put this anywhere, like next to the couch, in the corner of a room, on the end of a table, anywhere special even that you just want to go to when you need to feel calm. You could even go under a blanket or under a towel, even if it's in the same room with your other family members. I hope you try one of these ideas when you feel cranky, and I hope it makes your cranky feelings smaller. And until next week, everyone, I miss you. Can't wait to see you again. Bye.